Good day, everyone. I'm John Floyd R. Etam, gonna report the rehabilitation of transportation infrastructure. So it's about rehabilitation. So the combined effect of traffic loading environment will cause every pavement, no matter how well designed or constructed, to deteriorate over time. Maintenance and rehabilitation are what we use to slow down or reset this deterioration process. Maintenance action helps slow the deterioration process by identifying addressing specific pavement deficiencies that contribute to overall deterioration. Rehabilitation is the act of repairing portion of an existing pavement to reset the deterioration process. So this is the same sa maintenance. So here can be defined as measure to improve, strengthen, or salvage existing deficient pavement to continue service with only routine maintenance. Deficient pavement exhibit stress in excess of what can be handled through routine maintenance. So, diri sunod ani kay common HMA and PCC pavement rehabilitation alternative. So, HMA is what we call hot mix asphalt. So, hot mix asphalt is combination of approximate 95% stone, sand, or gravel bound together by asphalt cement, a product of crude oil. Asphalt cement is heated, aggregate, combined, and mixed with the great at HMA facility. So, ang PCC kay minsan ay Portland cement concrete pavement or rigid pavement consists of PCC slab that is usually supported by granular or stabilized base and subbase. Some cases, PCC slab may be overlaid with layer of asphalt concrete. So, sa rehabilitation, in other words, although maintenance can slow the rate of pavement deterioration, it cannot stop it. Therefore, eventually the effect of deterioration need to reverse by adding or replacing material in existing pavement structure. This is called rehabilitation. Rehabilitation option depends upon local condition, pavement, and the street type by typical include HMA overlay. So, ito niya. Hot mix asphalt overlay. Overlays are used for two primary purposes. Here is the first is the structural overlay and next is the non-structural overlay. So, structural overlays are designed to add structural support to existing pavement. Because of this, they are structurally designed and are thicker than non-structural overlay. So, non-structural overlay ay designed to add or replace the existing pavement wearing course. Because of this, they contribute very little to the pavement structure and are generally assumed to provide no additional structural support. Because of most agencies consider non-structural overlay to be maintenance items, they are discussed in maintenance page. So, here, sunod, next is the in-place recycling. There are two types of common in-place recycling. First is the hot in-place recycling, covered in, and next is cold in-place recycling, covered in. So, hot in-place recycling is less common form of hot asphalt recycling. There are three basic HRR construction process and use, all which involves a specialized plant in continuous train operation. And for the also hot in place recycling is only applicable to specific situation. First, air void content of the existing asphalt binder must be high enough to accept the necessary amount of asphalt binder regenerator. Second, HRR can only adequately address shallow surface distress problem. Third, pavement with delimitation in top 50 mm should not be considered for HIR project. And finally, pavements that have been routed heavily patched or chip sealed are not good candidates for HRR project. So the cooling place is process and treatment with bituminous or chemical additives of existing HMA pavement without heating to produce a restored pavement layer. So this is according to AAHS 201998. So also cold in place recycling is generally suitable for lower volume roads that may only require a simple surface treatment over resulting stabilized base course or at most thin HMA wearing course. So here are the pictures. So next is structural overlays. So structural overlays are used to increase pavement structural capacity. Therefore, they are considered rehabilitation. Although they have some maintenance type benefits as well. Asphalt concrete structural overlay design can be broadly categorized into the following. First is the engineering judgment. This approach to overlay design selects an overlay techniques and associate material based on local knowledge of existing conditions, which can result in cost-effective solution. However, local expertise is fragile and subject to retirements, agency, reorganize, etc. This method is highly subjected and can be heavily influenced by political and budget constraints. Currently, more agencies appear to be relying on quantifiable overlay design approaches but tempered with local expertise. So next is the component analysis. This approach to overlay design essentially requires that the total pavement structure be developed as new design for a specific service condition and then compared to existing pavement structure, taking into account the pavement condition, type, thickness of pavement layers. Currently, component design procedures require substantial judgment to effectively use them. This judgment is mainly associated with selection of weighting factors to use in evaluating structural adequacy for existing pavement layers. Each layer of pavement structure is designed a layer coefficient often on basis of experience. So next is the non-destructive testing with limiting deflection criteria. This approach to overlay design uses pavement surface deflection measurement to determine pavement structural properties, which can be used to determine the required amount of additional pavement structure. Basically, a pavement surface deflection in response to known loading is used as measure of effective strength. This effective strength is influenced by a variety of factors, including material properties, thickness of pavement layers, and environmental effect. Most currently used deflection-based overlay design procedures do not attempt to isolate material properties of individual pavement layers. Last is the mechanistic empirical analysis. This approach to overlay design uses the same mechanistic empirical methods that were used in structural design section. These methods are quite versatile because they can evaluate different material under various environment and pavement conditions. In many places, these procedures have replaced limiting deflection overlay methods since the latter do not account for surface material properties. So that's all. Thank you.